Alrighty boys, welcome back to another step-by-step video. Now today's video is not going to be on a specific operator, but we're just going to go over a couple clips that I got for this season. But the main topic that I wanted to talk about in today's video is actually going to be simplifying. Now, what I mean by simplifying is I'm talking about like when you're in like these like weird positions during a round where like the enemy team has plays to like win. What we're going to be talking about today is I want to talk about making those positions easier, if that makes sense. And the terminology that we're going to use for that is simplifying. And what that means is basically going to a position of the map where you basically negate like one side of their push, which is going to be mainly like their main like push to win them the round. So, for example, for this round, we're going to be playing mute. Now, normally when I'm playing mute, I'm going to be playing for logic control. However, in this specific round, we only had one person inside a bedroom. I'm playing logic usually, so usually in this position, there's usually somebody playing like gym or bathroom, but since no one's doing it, I'm going to go ahead and rotate my butt into bathroom. Now, the reason why I'm going to do this is because the main jacuzzi wall got open. They are also on the side windows. Now, the main thing that usually happens with this round is that usually I'm the only one that plays inside of Logi, and so the other teammate that I usually have here is going to be like in gym usually, and then we would have like that bedroom door, kind of like our Denari is doing in this clip. But what ends up happening here is that nobody ended up rotating or being there in the first place, so I decided it'd be in my best interest to rotate early into bathroom here and play the shotgun. And this actually turned out to be a really good play for us, because when you play the shotgun in this close proximity area like this, the enemy team is going to be able to not really be able to challenge you unless they get a really nasty pre-fire, which is pretty unlikely in this type of position, because they gotta like pretty much they have to swing you without you swinging them and then get a headshot on top of it all. And you see here, one of them tries to do it right here, but they just get shotgunned right to the face. I get myself a free kill, and it doesn't change anything about the position. It just makes it more easy here from that point onward. So the thing to understand in this position now is that it's still sight windows, so I can't swing sight windows in this position, and there's still one of my jacuzzi breach, right? But the main person that makes the play in this position right now is going to still be the jacuzzi breach, so me just playing shotgun here is just going to be completely winning on this match point round. So what you're going to end up seeing here is that this guy that's sitting on jacuzzi is going to have to push aggressively into me, which is going to further simplify the position for me, because that means I can use my shotgun to be able to get that free kill. You're going to see right here, the striker is going to end up walking in. I'm going to get myself a free kill. The last guy's on the side windows. We have our teammate on the bedroom doorway, so I didn't really need to even swing this, but I wanted my clip, so I ended up swinging it aggressively to get myself a free kill for the guy that was on the window as well. But since my bandit was on bedroom door, he actually stops the hop-ins for the side windows in that position, so we just win anyway. Now, I feel like something that I like very, very rarely ever talk about is actually simplifying a position by forcing a gunfight. Now, something that I feel like I've had to learn from this season is that sometimes if you try to stretch yourself too much, you're basically just turning yourself into a free kill. And what I mean by that is, like, say for example, right, you're in sight, right, and this actually happened to me this season, like probably like a lot, honestly, like a lot. It's happened to me a lot this season. But let's say you're in sight, right? You're anchoring, and you have a teammate that's alive, but he's roaming, right? And then what ends up happening is that the enemy team goes for a pincer onto you, right? But you know that the pincer is coming, right? You know that the pincer is coming. So what ends up happening is that you go out of the pincer position and you go ego challenge somebody to get out of that position. Now, normally, a lot of people are going to say that this is going to be the right play, because since your teammate's not helping you, you should try to take a gunfight to get yourself out of that pincer position. Now, for me, for this season, I've noticed that if I take that gunfight, it's just a little bit too obvious. And I end up, the majority of the time, I end up losing that gunfight, actually, when I try to force myself out of a pincer position. So what I've decided to do now is that I'm going to start forcing people to actually, like, do their pincer onto me, if that makes sense. Because one thing that I've realized the last couple of days is that a lot of people just simply don't know how to, like, capitalize on, like, a pincer, if that makes sense. Like, a lot of people just don't really know what they're doing. So you can actually get a lot of like easy kills on people that like fail to do a pincer, if that makes sense. And it's it's a lot more frequent than you would think it is. So like for example, in this round we're playing mirror. This is an awful mirror strat, by the way. But the pincer position that's gonna technically be a thing in this round is the enemy team can actually walk up shark and shoot me in the back for my mirror here. However, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to keep this position really simple, and I'm just going to purely focus on the people in front of me, which is going to be a garage door and a rotate for connector here. You're going to see here I'm going to swing aggressively, and I'm going to get one free kill for garage. Now, it's very important to realize in this position is that the enemy team for sure has to capitalize on walking into this doorway to get a kill onto me in this position. So what do? I wait till I get a little bit of audio of them being on the doorway, and then I swing aggressively. And this I feel like is a lot better than me trying to focus on people behind me, and so I can just focus purely on just killing the people in front of me, and I end up getting all of the kills that we need to actually win the round, because nobody ended up actually being able to pincer me from behind because they didn't capitalize on that. And I'm able to basically get myself free kills to secure the round right there. Now, the other way that I wanted to talk about simplifying a position is actually going to be to bring operators that do simplify the position. Now, right here, this guy's going to run out. I'm not really sure what this guy's doing. I'm going to be honest. This guy must have thought he could just run out and get a free kill onto me because I'm probably going to be close onto the wall or something. But he was wrong, and I ended up getting a free kill for him running out like that. I also shot his body because I just feel like a play like that is so like, you know what I mean? It's so dumb, you know what I mean? Because it's like, if there's one or more people that are on this doorway, that guy just dies for free every single time. So it's just such a stupid play, in my eyes at least. Now to go back to simplifying here, I wanted to show you guys this round where we are attacking the basement bomb site. I'm playing Ying, enemy team banned Grim, just so you guys are aware. Normally I'd play Grim for this bomb site, but basically the idea with Ying is that we want to use our Yings to basically kill anybody that is playing pillar, and we walk down back stairs and then we take site. However, something that I've been doing recently is that I realize now that you can actually swing kill box off of this drop to get a lot of easy kills. You're gonna see right here, I'm gonna Ying pillar, I'm gonna Ying site, and I'm gonna go ahead and just walk right into the site. I'm gonna drop the diffuser so that way I don't sell my body with the diffuser here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and swing aggressively for a site. And these type of positions, you actually get really good audio. So I ended up hearing a guy close on the bomb right there who got yinged or got flashed by my Yings, and then the other guy I actually heard on the freezer doorway. So I'm able to just swing both of them, one magazine, kill both, and get some free kills. Now this next clip is going to actually be over on Cafe. We're going to be getting on the window repels for piano. Now this is a pretty standard play for comp, but I don't feel like I've ever actually really explained it, like why you want to get on these window repels, because basically the idea is that you want to clear out piano, right? You want to clear out piano, you want to clear out CS, you want to clear out B corner, you want to clear out the bathroom heddles. You can do all of that from the window repels, or at least put a lot of pressure on the enemy team. Now, the enemy team will usually, when they go to this bomb site, they're going to have an Azami playing inside a piano on the hatch. So what you do is you ash charge his Azamis, and then you basically swing to collect yourself a free kill on that Azami. So you're going to see right there, I get myself a free kill for Azami, and that gets rid of their main piano hold right there, right then and there, because I'm able to get that free kill. And then right here, you're going to see me, I'm going to drone now. I'm going to see one guy on Shaiko. This is a new thing on this season, or actually since last season actually, when CJX got released, but you can now tuck yourself into the corner of the rappel a little bit to see Shaiko and a little bit into CS while you're on that. I believe that's the west window rappel, and yeah, the west window rappel, and I'm going to go ahead and get myself a free kill on the Malusi that was playing Shaiko. Last guy gets spotted on the red stairs when I rappel in, and I go ahead and collect myself a free kill to secure the round. Now, unfortunately for this clip, I didn't show my drone, but basically I have a drone inside of warehouse. It's like this weird drone hole next to the little forklift that's inside of warehouse. If you go onto this map, you'll figure out what I'm talking about if you actually look for it. But there's a little drone hole that lets you see if anybody runs to that spawn peak that I just killed that vigil on. And I use that drone hole a lot these days because it's actually a really easy way to get free kills early on in the round for people that do like spawn peeking. Now, this round, we're going to be playing Habana. Now, the main reason why I wanted to show this clip in particular is because the thing that I like to go for when I play this bomb site is I like to open up IT with the little Habana tech. Now, I actually found out you don't actually need to be perfect with your Habana pellets on the top side. You just need 2 pellets to actually land on that top side, and they have to be like semi-flushed. I think it's just like how the game works, and that's the reason why you're able to do that. Sorry for my cough, by the way. And then what ends up happening here is we go ahead and go open up the wall. We make it soft. We breach charge it. They have a little castle set up here. There actually is a guy that is playing warehouse in this position. So we're going to go ahead and use some Habana pellets to go ahead and break it. Technically, they can shoot it from the side doorway here, but for whatever reason, they don't end up doing it. So I'm able to go ahead and open this up for free, get some shots on the castle. I'm going to relay to my teammates that the castle is now on the staircase. One of my other teammates is going to walk up to the warehouse doorway and collect that free kill. And then what ends up happening here, we're in a nice 4v3 position. How do you proceed from here? What I like to do, usually whenever we're in positions like this, is we look to see where everybody is at. There's one guy on pillar. There's one guy on command on the drone hole here. He's going to actually be in the middle of the bomb site in this position. Now, normally what you would do is you would kill this guy through these head holes that I'm peeking through to get yourself a free kill. However, I'm unfortunately not going to be able to hit the shots on this guy, and I'm going to completely whiff. And what is going to end up happening is eventually he's going to end up tucking himself onto the drone hole inside of command. But there's actually a little fancy angle that you guys can use, and I feel like a lot of people will either put the head holes on the right side or the left side for this wall in front of me, but I wanted to show you guys the reason why you don't put them on the left side for this wall that's in front of me right here. And the reason why is because you can actually hop up on this little desk inside of IT here and get yourself a little bit of an angle to see anybody proning next to the drone hole for command. So I'm going to go ahead and get that free kill for Fenrir. And then there's going to be one guy pillar. We droned him out earlier, so we swing aggressively to kill that guy. Last guy in this position is going to be electrical. We know he's electrical because there was nobody aqua side. There was nobody pushing me warehouse. We go ahead and push in. Our teammates are going to go ahead and cover cross, and we're going to go ahead and secure the round right there. But hope you guys enjoyed today's step-by-step video, guys. Please make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!